Hello everyone, welcome to week 3. In this week, you are going to actually learn about how to use the images to make your website look much better. Also, you will learn how to create links and understand the benefits of hyperlinks as well. So some of the other objective is that you're gonna be able to create different type of links, as I mentioned, relative links, absolute links, email links, even telephone links. You will also be able to describe the image tag and its attribute, also add images, and also explain the div elements and attributes that is involving with that. Also, you are going to learn about the class attribute, and you are going to actually use the HTML heading tags in your documents. And at the end, you will be able to also learn about lists, unordered list, and description list. And finally, you can test and validate your links on your web page. So in this chapter, we are actually going to learn more about how we can improve our website with having different links and images. So some of you might know already what is a hyperlink, but by using the hyperlink, a visitor can move from one page to another page, and they can actually view a page on other websites as well. So they can also be linked to maybe another file, maybe to an email address or so on. So, and also adding like images to our website, it can actually help with the visual looks of our website, and it can attract more visitor maybe. The other things that a lot of businesses have images, it could be related to their business or maybe their logo that can promote their company's presence and their brand. Also, they might have a lot of different photos of their products, or maybe of what they sell. Maybe a lot of websites, they sell stuff, so those photos actually can help the web designer, they can help the owners to sell their product better. So basically, as we said, a hyperlink is actually helping a user to navigate a website and move from one page to another page. The link is basically, it could be a text, it could be like an image, or some other web page content that that user can actually click on and takes it to another location or that file. So you are actually, when you click on it, you are requesting a file from a server. On the web links are basically, they are the primary way to navigate inside the websites. As we said, we have text links. When the text is coded as a hyperlink, it can appear as some sort of an underline. Normally it's blue color or different kind of a color. And you know that that's a text link. And so the text link is also known as sometimes hypertext link. We can call it hypertext link sometimes. And then we can also have image link. Maybe a business logo can act as an image link. So when the users click on that logo, it will take them to another web page, or maybe it can take them to a file or something like that. Other thing that you need to know about the links are the anchor element. We can use anchor element to create a hyperlink on our websites. So the anchor element normally starts with the A tag and ends with the A tag. So we insert, the text or image or other things that we want, and we are putting it inside there as a anchor tag. So then we have a href attribute in the starting anchor tag to identify the web page or maybe the email address or the telephone number or other content that we want to access. Then another part of this anchor element is the value of the href attribute, is basically a content for that link. So let's look at an example here. So here we have a starting anchor tag, the A, and then we have the href attribute. and then we are having it linked to this page. So this is the file name. So every page has a file that's attached to it. So index.html is a page. So that's the file name that you're going to link it to. And then so you want people to click on that home and go to index.html. So that home part that we have here is a text mark as a link. And then we close our anchor tag. So we have two types of links. One of them is called relative links. The other one is called absolute link. So what is a hyperlink? Hyperlink is a link that can be to other web pages within the same website. So it's a link that can be within the same website. So we can actually, how do we create it? We create it the same way as we just saw. We use the href attribute, and then we are using the inside the tag. And as we mentioned here. So the absolute links is the hyperlink that link to other web pages outside of our website. So that's called absolute link. How do we create that? We use it again. We are using the anchor element with the href attribute in it. But we are maybe, if it's another website, we need to put the whole address. We need to actually put the whole address, which the HTTP protocol and other parts of the address in that in there. And then we can actually put our text mark as a link to it and also close the anchor tab. So this is an example of an absolute link. So again, the absolute link, remember you need to put the whole address. So it's start with HTTP protocol, then you put your domain name. And so when you click on this send gauge, it will take you to this website, which is outside of your web page actually. We said we can text the link like absolute and relative link, but we can also link the images to another page, or that could be within the website, or it could be outside of the website, or we can actually have an image tag to link it to the address or a phone number. So again, we are using the anchor tab before the image element, and we are placing the end anchor tag at the end of the image element. So in here, for example, as you can see, we have the anchor tab here, we have the a href, and this is the file name that you want to link it to. And then we need to put the source of the image. So img src, this is the source of the image, equals to image. So this is the file name for our image. So when this is our image, so when a person click on the image, it will take them to this site. So you need to, the image file could be just .png, or it could be .gif or .jpeg or whatever it could be. Another type of link, we mentioned about text link and image link. Another one is like an email link, which is very famous. A lot of people are using it. So this would link it to an email address. So we use the anchor element to link to an email address. Again, we are using the href attribute. And then instead of putting the image location or something like that, we can put after the a href, we use the mail to, and then the email address. So so the only difference is for the href attribute, we are following it by mail to. So let's look at this example here. So we have the starting anchor tab, we have the href attribute, and then we are putting it in equals to, and it needs to be in a bracket, mail to, and then you are putting the email address that you want it to be mailed at. And this is the text mark that when we click on here, when we click on forwardfitness@club.net, it will take us, it will email us it will actually email to this address. And so an email box might open up when you click on that. When you click on it, the email will pop up, and then the email recipient address will be at the to box. The next thing that we can also use the link is the telephone link. So you are linking it to a telephone number, or again, it's going to be the same way. We use the anchor tab, anchor element to link the phone number by including the href attribute. Then you are following it by tel column +1, and then whatever the number is. It could be 1-800 number, it could be 1202. So this 1 is for US. If you are doing it international, you need to put that international code in there. And if it's like 1-800 number, you can just put 1 and then 800 number. So this is an example here that we have. So again, we are using the anchor tag as starting point, and instead of mail to or the name of the image, we just put the tel column and then the phone number plus. So if it's a US, it's +1. If it's UK, maybe it's +44, or maybe if it's in another country, it's +97 or something like that. But so this is the 1-800 number. So when people they click us, when they click call us today at this number, it will actually dial to this number. So it will link it to the phone number. The next thing that we are going to talk about is images. We said it's important to add images to our website, and it can help, attract more people to our website and make our website look good and appealing. So on a web page, we can actually, we need to think about how we break the text and also the images. So you want to actually spend some time in planning that, how you're going to actually decorate your website using the images and then the text and other contents. So remember, you want the images to be appealing because that can attract more people to your product or services. And you want to actually create those images that are actually in a good quality. And you don't want to create some kind of images that are distracting or confusing for people. So as we said, images should support the purpose of our web page and what we are trying to achieve. So if it's a business website, we don't want to look unprofessional, and you need to also remember about the color schemes that we talked about. If it's a business website, the purpose of it is different as if there is an educational website. So you want to take those into the consideration as well. So image files, they are being actually created in different ways, and they have several formats. So we have GIF files or graphic interchange format, which it supports the transparency and frame animation. And then we have the PNG, and we have also JPEG, SVG form, and so on. GIF is also one of those older kind of a format, and as we said, you want to use it if you want to show the transparency. So when we compress an image, or if we need to reduce the file size, the GIF format uses some kind of a technique that's called lossless compression that can maintain the file's color information. So GIF files are 8-bit images that they can display up to 256 colors, and making the file size relatively small. So you might not have a very high quality pictures with the GIF format, but it is suitable if you don't want it to have a very big size. So PNG that's a newer kind of a format. It stands for Portable Network Graphic, and it's called PNG, or sometimes we call it PNG. The PNG file or the PNG file format is designed also to replace the GIF file format. So as I said, it's a more newer kind of a format. The PNG also uses the lossless compression, and it can support 8-bit color images, also 16-bit color images, and 24-bit. Also, it can have up to 256 color. So there is one advantage of using the PNG comparing to the GIF format, that PNG can support over 60 million colors, whereas GIF can only support up to 256. Also, PNG, they also support transparency, but if you want, remember before we used to have a lot of animation, so those animation file format were supported by GIF. But if you have animation, don't use the PNG. It needs to be GIF. And then we have another file format which is called JPEG or JPG, we call it. This is basically a standard file format for digital photos that you take sometimes with your cameras. So the JPEG format is a 24-bit image, and also it can support up to 16.5 million colors. So, and that's why maybe when you are using your digital camera, you have a very high detailed, high quality photos. So the JPEG also uses a lossless compression, and if you need to reduce the size, all of these, there are softwares that you can actually reduce size, and you can basically use that. You can actually reduce their sizes as well. And then we have the SVG, which stands for a Scalable Vector Format. So this is a format that uses markup language to create two-dimensional graphic and animation. So SVG is also being used for animation. So it is a royalty-free graphic format that has been developed by W3C. The latest edition of SVG that's recommended by W3C is version 1.1. You can use the SVG to create different shapes like a square, rectangle, and so on. Only the modern browsers though can only show the SVG, and so it's not all the browsers may not support it 100%. The next thing that we are going to talk about is about basically the dimension of the file size. So to display the content on the screen devices, we use pixel. Pixel is actually a picture element, which is the smallest element of light or color on a device that is displaying the images. Pixels, they are arranged in terms of rows and colors to show an image. So the common resolution of laptop is 1366 times 768 pixels. So sometimes you might have images that are 200 times 200 pixel, which means that the height is 200 pixel and then the width is 200 pixel. So you can think about that. So the higher the resolution is, the greater the number of pixels in the image, resulting in having a clear image. File size is sometimes it can be big though. You know, one of the disadvantages of that, of the high resolution images is that they are very big. Their large size is very big. So we need to actually reduce that. Because a lot of users, they expect the pages to load as quickly as they want, you need to reduce the page load time and don't have, a large file. So basically you need to kind of shrink your images. So that's why a lot of people are using photo editors like Adobe Photoshop to optimize the graphic for their website and kind of, reduce their size and optimize the quality of it. In the next video, we are going to talk actually about the image tag and some of the attributes that the image tag will have. Okay, please watch the next video. Bye-bye for now.